Hello, my dear students. Myself, Manjunath. Today, let us learn 10th standard second language English lesson, supplementary reading lesson, that is the bird of happiness. Yes, our fourth supplementary reading lesson, that is the bird of happiness. Here is a different concept where bird is a symbol of happiness. Yes. First, let us learn about the pre-reading task. Supplementary reading lesson 4, The Bird of Happiness. The Tibetan folktale. Yes, this lesson, A Bird of Happiness or The Bird of Happiness, is a Tibetan folktale. Tibetan means Tibet. Tibet is India's neighboring country and which is situated in the northern part of India, to the northern part of India, and there was a folk tale. Folk tale means a tale which is told by the generation or which the people are believing from the generation. That is called folk tale. Here in our country or in our region also we have the folk tales which may be true or which may not be true. Yes, they are called folk tales, and we have also the concept called folk songs. Yes. In the same way, in the country called Tibet, there was a folk tale called which is about the bird of happiness. All of us want to be happy, don't we? But how can we be happy? Yes, all of us want to live happily. Yes, all of us want to live, or all of us struggle or do all these type of activities only to live happily. Yes, only for the sake of happiness we are doing or we are struggling like this. All of us want to be happy, don't we? Yes. But how can we be happy? Yes, how can we be happy? All of us want to be happy, but how can we be happy? How is it possible for us to live happily in this world? Is it by acquiring money? Yes. Is it by acquiring money, or if we earn money, are we happy? Yes, there is a concept called there is no relationship between the richness and the happiness. There is no. That means if a person is very rich, that won't mean that he is very happy. Yes, even the richest man of this world may not be a happy man. Yes, here we can remember our 9th standard supplementary reading lesson Happy Cure, where a king, a foolish king wants to be cured, wanted the shirt of a happy man. There was a happy man. At last, some of his attendants find a happy man, but he was not at all a rich man. He wanted to wear the shirt of a happy man, but at last he won't have a shirt to even to wear a shirt. That was the situation. Yes, even we cannot believe that richness is the source of happiness. So that means even the poor people also be very much happy than the richest people. Yes, here we can also remember a lesson which was prescribed in the old syllabus. So that is the secret of happiness. Yes, richness, there we can find the concept that there is no relationship between the happiness and the richness. Yes, there was a man who was a bank manager and was earning lot of money through many sources, but he was not happy because of his children. They are not at all listening to his or his wife's words. Yes, but there was a man who is at the age of 78 and he is looking after the whole family, which was having large number of people. Yes, but they are happy. Yes, even though they are very much rich like that person or bank manager, they were happy. Yes, money is not the source of money, is not only the source of richness. Here we can find the concept that money is not only the source of richness. Yes, even with the money we cannot be very happy. Yes, at this situation we come to the conclusion that money is not the only source of richness. Power, yes, even if we have power, are we happy? Yes, there is no relationship to the source of happiness, and there is no relationship between happiness and the power. Even the person who is having the many types of power may not be happy. Wealth, as we have already discussed, even a person is possessing lot of wealth, that won't mean that he was very happy. Is it by living in tune with the nature? Yes. Are we happy if we live in the nature? It is somehow a right concept where we can find some sort of solace even if when we live in the nature. Can you give some examples to prove your point? Clues are given in each box. Yes, sources of happiness are given: speaking right words or living in the right path, showing sympathy for the deprived, being very kindful to others, living in the tune with the nature, acquiring good qualities, thinking of the good qualities or thinking about the helping others. Yes, these are all the ways of living happily. If we live happily, if we want to live happily, we have to cultivate the good qualities or good virtues where we can help the others. Yes. Now here is a folk tale which illustrates how one can be happy. Read the text. Yes, here in this lesson, after we go through this lesson, yes, here we can come across how can we be happy. Yes, this lesson, the bird of happiness, in the previous years it was in the mainstream. Later on, a few years back, this was shifted to the supplementary reading lesson. After the supplementary reading lesson, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was shifted to mainstream. This was shifted to the supplementary reading lesson. The Bird of Happiness, a Tibetan folktale, Liu Jude. Yes, this lesson is written by, or this story is written by Liu Jude. In ancient days, there was a very poor area in the Tibet which had no rivers or woodland, no warmth or fresh flowers, no trees or green grass. Yes, in ancient days, yes, in the olden days, yes, here it dates back to this lesson or this concept or this story dates back to many years back or many centuries back. In ancient days, there was a very poor area in Tibet which had no rivers or good land. Yes, there were no rivers, there was no good land in the country called Tibet. No warmth. Yes, warmth means there was no moderate heat. Yes, there was no moderate heat. That means the environment was having the cold weather. Or fresh flowers. As there was no heat, there were no fresh flowers. As we have learned, we need lot of heat for the plants to grow. As there were no rivers and there was no fertile land, there were no flowers, no trees. Yes. In the same case or in the same way, there were no trees or the grass. The people who lived there suffered from hunger. Yes, the people who were living in that country were suffering from hunger. As there was no fertile land, rivers or irrigation facilities, they were unable to grow food items or food crops, so that the people of that country were suffering from hunger, severe hunger, and cold all year round. As there was no warmth, as we have already learned the concept that there was no warmth in that country, the people were suffering from severe cold throughout the year. Yes, throughout the year, the people were suffering from the cold. They still believed that happiness must exist somewhere in the world. Yes, and did not know, and the people of that country didn't know what happiness was like. Yes, there were no rivers, fertile land, there was no trees, and all the year they were suffering from the cold weather. They didn't know they have not experienced the concept called happiness, what happiness was. But even though they have not experienced what happiness was, they felt that, or they thought that there was a concept called happiness, but it is not present in our country, but somewhere else in this world or somewhere else from our area or from our country, that concept called happiness exists. They believed, yes, it is not present with us, but it is present with the other area or in the other area. They believed. Didn't know what happiness was like. Despite this, they still believed that happiness must exist somewhere in the world. Yes, it may not be present in our country, but it is present. Yes, they believed. They are optimistic about the concept called happiness. Even though it is not present in our country, it is present in the other part of the world. The old folk used to say that happiness was a beautiful bird living on snowy mountain far, far away in the east. The old folk, the people of that country, old people of that country, believed that happiness was a beautiful bird. They thought that it is not a concept, not only the concept, but happiness was not only the abstract concept, but it is a bird. Happiness was a beautiful bird living on the snowy mountain. Yes, it is a bird. Happiness is a bird and it is living on the snowy mountain. Yes, it is living in the snowy mountain far, far away in the east, in the eastern direction. Yes, it is, as it is the bird. Happiness is not only the abstract concept for them, it is the bird. Happiness is the bird, as it was the bird. They believed that it is living in the east. Whenever the bird flew, happiness went with it. Yes, they thought that whenever the bird flew, the happiness also flying with it. Yes, as the bird itself is the happiness, the concept of happiness, the happiness was flying with the bird. They thought. Every year people went to look for this bird. Yes, it was the custom in Tibet that every year the people of that country used to go and try to look for this bird or try to find the bird. They were trying, but not one of them did ever return. Yes, even though they have so many people have traveled towards the east or snowy mountain to see the bird of happiness, not even a single person have returned back from that journey. Yes, they have gone, but they have not at all returned. That is the truth. The bird of happiness was said to be guarded by 3 old monsters. Yes, the bird of happiness was said to be guarded by 3 old monsters. The old people of that country believed that the bird of happiness was said to be guarded by 3 old monsters. They thought that bird of happiness, which is present on the snow-covered mountain far, far away in the east, was guarded or protected by 3 deadly monsters. It was the belief of that people of Tibet who could kill a man by simply blowing. Yes, these 3 monsters were the people of that country believed that these 3 monsters could kill a man just by blowing. Yes, if they use like this, if they blow like this, the man would be killed. The person who wanted to see the bird of happiness would be killed. That was their concept. The bird of happiness was said to be guarded by 3 monsters who could kill a man by simply blowing through their long beards. If they blow through their long beards, as the monsters are having long beard, they could, if they blow through that long beard, the man would have been killed. That was the concept, or that was the belief the people of that country are having. Once an extremely bright boy called Wang Jia was sent to find the bird of happiness. On his departure, the girls of the village offered him barley wine, and the mothers, in accordance with the Tibetan custom, spread barley grains on his head to wish him a good journey. Once an extremely bright boy called Wang Jia. Yes, once, here is a concept where once after that concept where they believe that the bird of happiness was living in the eastern mountain, snowy mountain, they believed, yes, every year the people used to go there to see the bird of happiness, but none of them have ever returned. Yes, even though they knew the truth that none of them have ever returned, one of the bright boy of that country called Wang Jia has decided to go to the mountain, to see the bird of happiness. On his departure, yes, when he had decided to go to the mountain, to see the bird of happiness, during the time of his departure, as when he had decided to go to that mountain, the girls of the village offered him barley wine. Yes, the girls of that village, of Wang Jia's village, offered him, or they provided him barley wine. Yes, wine which was made by barley. and the mothers in accordance with the Tibetan custom. They, in accordance with the Tibetan custom or tradition, spread barley grains on his head. Yes, the women of that country or village, they spread barley grains on his head to wish him the best or wish him the good on his head, to wish him the good journey. Yes, by the village girls offered him the barley wine, and the women offered or spread the barley grains on his head. They wished him the happy journey towards the eastern part of their country to see the bird of happiness. They wished a bright boy called Vangya in this way. The village girls and the women offered in their tradition or custom, or wished him in their custom. Vangya walked eastwards for many days until he saw ahead of him a large mountain covered with snow that shone like silver. Just at that moment, an old monster with black beard appeared in his path. Vangya, just after he was wished by the people or the women or the girls of his village, he started his journey towards the east. Vangya walked eastwards. Yes, as the belief was that the bird of happiness was living in the eastern parts of the mountain. He moved towards or walked towards the east for many days until he saw ahead of him a large mountain. Yes, he walked or he took long journey until he finds a large mountain. Covered with snow. Yes, as it was their belief that the bird of happiness was living on the snow-covered large mountain. He came towards the large mountain until he finds a snow-covered mountain, covered with snow that shone like silver. Yes, as it was covered with the snow, it was shining like a silver. Just at that moment, an old monster with black beard appeared in his path. Yes, when he appeared near the mountain, it was their belief that the bird of happiness was guarded by three monsters. In the same way, one of the monsters appeared before Vangya. That monster was having black beard. Yes, that was having a black beard. That monster was a long black beard. Appeared in his path. Who goes there? Yes, when that black monster appeared before him and that had asked him, who goes there? Yes, who is that? He cried like a crow. How dare you come here? What are you after? Yes, when that monster had seen that boy called Vangya near the snowy mountain, it had asked that boy, who are you? Where are you going? How dare you to come here? Yes, that asked like this. Who goes there? Who is that person who is going in this way? Or who is that person who is going in this area? He cried like a crow. Yes, that monster cried like a crow. How dare you come here? What are you after? How dare are you to come here, to come our area? Yes, how dare are you to come our area? What are you after? Where are you going hereafter? Where are you going from here? My name is Vangya and I have come to look for the bird of happiness. My name there, when that black bearded monster asked him, where are you, who are you and where are you going, how dare are you to come here, that Vangya gave the answer to that monster, and he says, my name is Vangya. As he says, my name is Vangya. Yes, as it had asked him, my name is Vangya and I have come to look for the bird of happiness. Yes, for the question of that monster, he gave the answer that my name is Vangya and I have come here to look for the bird of happiness. In search of bird of happiness, to look the bird of happiness, I have come here. Yes, to see the bird of happiness, I have come here. He gave the answer for the question of the black-bearded monster. Happiness. Ho ho ho! laughed the old monster. How could a little child like you, no longer than an egg, dare you to set foot here? If you want to find the bird of happiness, first you must kill La Sang's mother. Otherwise, you will be punished. I don't need to do anything myself in order to kill a puny little thing like you. I will just make you walk 900 miles across Crete and you will be done for. Yes, yes. When Wang gave the answer that my name is Wang Jia and I have come here to see the bird of happiness, he laughed scornfully, saying, how dare are you to come here? How dare are you to come to my area? It says, he laughed the old monster. How could a little child like you, no longer than an egg? Yes, how is it possible for a person who looks like a child and who is not longer than an egg? Yes, you look like an egg, just an egg. And how dare are you to come here, or how dare are you to come to this area to set foot here? Yes, how dare are you to come here? Yes, a person who is not more than or not longer than an egg, how dare are you to come here? If you want to find the bird of happiness, first you must kill La Sang's mother. Yes, if you want to see the bird of happiness, yes, that monster which is having the block behead is putting a condition for Wang Jia. Yes, if you wanted to see the bird of happiness, first you have to do these things. It says, yes, first you must kill La Sang's mother. Yes, you have to kill one person called La Sang's mother. Here is a person called La Sang, and you have to kill the mother of La Sang. Yes, if you want to see, or if you want your desire to be fulfilled, first before seeing the bird of happiness, you have to kill La Sang's mother. Otherwise, you will be punished. Yes, if you are unable to kill the mother of La Sang, you will be punished. Yes, you will be given the punishment. I don't need to do anything myself in order to kill a puny little thing like you. Yes, I do not want to kill a person. You are very small. Yes, it is not my, you are not to my capacity. Yes, you are not, I will not kill a person, puny, very small person like you. It is a shame. It is a great shame for me to kill if I kill you. Yes, so that I am not ready to kill you. But if you wanted to see the bird of happiness, you have to fulfill my wish or my condition. That was the condition put by that monster which had appeared in the path of Wang Jia. I don't need to do anything myself in order to kill a puny little thing like you. I will just make you walk 900 miles across Crete. Yes, if you are unable to kill La Sang's mother, I will make you walk 900 miles miles across Crete. Crete means an area. Yes, open area. Yes, you have to walk 900 miles. If you are unable to kill La Sang's mother, yes, you have to walk 900 miles more and you will be done for. Yes, I will make you to walk 900 miles. If you are unable to kill La Sang's mother, if you are not ready to kill La Sang's mother, I will make you walk 900 miles. Wang Jia replied, I love my own mother and I will never kill another person's. Yes, when that monster had asked him to kill, if you want to see the bird of happiness, you must kill La Sang's mother. That was the condition put by monster to Wang Jia. For that, Wang Jia said that I love my own mother. Yes, I am loving my own mother. I will never kill another person's. Yes, I am not ready to kill another person's mother. I am not at all ready to kill another person's mother. Yes, no, I am not ready to kill anybody's mother. Yes, because I love my own mother. Yes, if I kill another person's mother, he will be deprived of the love of his mother. That person will be deprived of the love of his mother. So that he said that he was not ready to kill anybody's mother. Do as you please. Yes, Vangya is saying, yes, I am not ready to kill anybody's mother. Yes, you can do after I declared my decision. You can do anything. Yes, I am ready to face the consequences. The old monster flew into rage. Yes, when it had heard the fact that Vangya was not ready to kill anybody's mother or Lasang's mother, it became rage, or it became very angry. Yes, he immediately began to blow through his beard. Yes, immediately began to blow through his beard, and in the twinkling of an eye. Yes, when he was not when Vangya said that I am not ready to kill anybody's mother, it began to blow through its beard, long beard. Immediately blow through his beard, and in the twinkling of an eye, yes, just in a fraction of minute or second, the smooth road became a vast screen. Yes, when heat began to blow through its beard, when the monster began to blow through its beard, the field or the area became screen. Every stone on it was as sharp as knife. Yes, every stone which were present, every stones which were present on that area became as sharp as a knife. Yes, as sharp as a knife. Yes, they became as sharp as knife. And that means they became very sharp, because that had made it sharp, because he should not be able to walk on that sharp stones. Yes, it was its intention, or monster's intention, not to allow him to go forward. Yes, Vangya replied, I love my own mother and I will never kill another person's. Do as you please. The old monster flew into rage. He immediately began to blow through his beard, and in the twinkling of an eye, the smooth road became a vast screen. Every stone on it was as sharp as knife. After the first 100 miles, yes, as the monster had already told us that he has to travel more than 900 miles. He has to travel more than 900 miles. The soles of Vangya's boots were ripped. Yes, as he had to travel more than 900 miles because he had failed to meet the condition or fulfill the condition of that monster, he had to travel more than 900 miles. But the path is not good, because the path is having sharp stones where he was unable to walk easily. Reply. When he began, after the first 100 miles, the soles of Vangya's boots were ripped. Ripped means pulled apart. Yes, they were separated. The soles of his boots or shoes were separated apart by the stones. After the second 100 miles, his feet were cut to pieces. In the first 100 miles, after he had traveled first 100 miles, his shoes were torn out, and after his second 100 miles, his foot were damaged and apart. On the second 100 miles, his feet were cut to pieces, and after the third 100 miles, his hands were torn to shreds. As after third 100 miles, his hands were injured. In the first, after he had traveled first 100 miles, his shoes were torn out, and after he had traveled his second 100 miles, his foot were damaged or were having some sort of damage. After he had traveled third 100 miles or 300 miles, his hands were damaged. This is the tough going, he thought to himself. Will I ever make it? Had I better turn back now? No, never. Yes, after he had suffered lot of problems, he had decided, or he decided whether it is, or we began to think whether it is possible for me to travel or continue my journey or discontinue my journey. Is it possible for me to continue, or whether I have to discontinue my journey? He began to think. But this is tough going. Yes, tough means difficult. He thought it is very difficult task for me to continue my journey. He thought himself, will I ever make it? Had I better turn back now? Yes, he is thinking whether it is possible for me to continue my journey, or whether I have to go back. He knew that the people at home were waiting for him, but when he began to think that the people of his country are waiting for him, and they thought that he will bring a good news. When they thought that he will bring a good news, he thought of continuing his journey. He could not bring himself turn back. He knew that the people at home are waiting for him to bring back happiness. The people of his country are waiting with eagerness, thinking that Angea will bring or he will see the bird of happiness, and he will bring the bird of happiness to his area. Yes, that was their wish. When he began to think about the condition of his people, he decided to continue his journey. Yes, till now we have understood the fact that in this lesson, the bird of happiness is a folk tale. Tale means story of Tibet, where the people of that country are believing that the bird of happiness is the happiness is a bird, and it is living on the eastern parts of the snowy mountain. Yes, it is a concept that it was their concept that the happiness is in the form of a bird, and it flies along with the bird, they thought. And nobody had ever written of who had tried to see the bird of happiness, as it is their belief that this bird is guarded by three deadly monsters. But a person, courageous person by name Vanjia, had decided to see the bird of happiness, and he had taken the risk of going towards the bird of happiness. But after a long journey, he came across a monster, and it has posed many questions to him. After facing lot of troubles, he continued. When he was unable to kill Losang's mother, it posed him many problems, and he decided to continue his journey because of his countrymen or people of his country. And today we shall stop here, and we shall meet in the next class. Thank you.